Hello, hello, and welcome to another public class from hollytreeenglish.com. My name is Holly, or Teacher Holly, and this is session 1 of this month's conversation class about New Year and New Year's resolutions. If you are subscribed to the email list, please check your inbox or your spam folder. You will have the link to join. If you are not subscribed, you can subscribe now. If you go to my Google Plus profile, you will see a link to the subscription, and you will be able to join future classes. And we already have 2 students. We have Rafa and we have Anatoly. Hi, guys.
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
Hi, Anatoly.
Hello,
everyone.
Anatoly. So we are talking about the most popular holiday in Russia, no?
Yes. It is a new year.
Yes. Hello, Akaka is with us.
Yes, hello, how are you?
Hello. Not bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, and I could see the linguist concert finally.
Oh, the Ringo Starr concert.
Maybe last week class was off, so yeah.
Your bucket list is complete. Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah. He's amazing because he played the drum and singing on the stage 2 hours with very tight schedule.
Wow.
After my town's concert, he held a concert in Hiroshima. No day off, and then 1 day off as for Tokyo's concert, and 2 days off South Korea concert, Seoul concert, and then 2 days off Honolulu, and then some days off North American tour again.
Wow.
Very tight schedule. Maybe I cannot do that when that age.
Yeah, that no. That's crazy. There are a lot of young people who could not handle a schedule like that, but maybe this is his final thing.
Yeah, that's why I definitely wanted to, see him, watch his concert. Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime, chance. Yeah.
Anatoly, what's new in Moscow?
Today was almost winter day. It is not typical for that period of time, and everything around covered by snow. And but it is just the beginning of the November.
Yes, it is the beginning of November. You're right. So here, our nights have been chilly, like a little bit cold, and a little bit warm in the daytime. So after session 2, actually, I'm going to take a walk with my big crazy dog who is sitting here with me right now. Right, buddy? Are we going to go for a walk? Yeah? I should not say that too loud or he will get too happy. So, Rafa, anything new in Spain?
We have government at the end because we are having without government almost 1 year. Not exactly without government, but government in functions. It's a kind of nobody knows what happened. But at the end, we have a new government. It's a good news here. And also government. And also I am checking my spam email. I don't have received your email about the schedule. It is gonna be on Saturdays, your classes? If
Yeah,
I may ask.
they're always on, depending on your time zone, but they're always on the weekends and they're always the same time. That will change next week because my time zone is going back 1 hour. So, goodness, what time is it for you right now?
Oh, 17:30.
So 5:30. Okay.
5:30.
And yeah, so 5:30. And is your time zone changing tomorrow?
No, because in Europe changed then last week.
Okay,
It
so we
changed
will be 1 hour behind you. 1 hour.
before.
Yeah, before. So it will be actually 6:30, I think. Or is it? Yeah, 6:30. But you will always receive, like you received today, the link 15 minutes before. You will receive that. I'm not sure why you didn't receive the calendar because
Yeah.
I sent it out.
Interesting.
Ken, Anatoly, did you receive the monthly calendar?
Previous class, I received the Google Calendar link, but this time I didn't receive. I
No,
received
no,
just
no. I'm
email.
talking about a monthly calendar where I gave the times for all the sessions and all of the class topics.
I don't know. I just received the class, class link mail and this week class notification.
Like okay, the reminder. I
My
see.
Google is a bit mess actually nowadays. It has a lot of folders. If I search it, I could find it, but yeah, as
Yeah.
far as I received.
What about you, Anatoly?
The same for me. Previous class I could watch in my Google Calendar. It is very convenient because it reminds me about the class, but for now I received only email with information about it, but no place in my Google Calendar.
Okay, so I never I didn't set up a Google Calendar event this time. I'm using the new Google and I have to figure out where the event thing is. They're changing everything and it's confusing me. So I will check that out if it makes things easier for you. But I sent an email with a list of all of the classes, and below each class is a list of all of the session times in GMT. So I'm not sure why people are not receiving that. That is very strange. So perhaps I will have to change the way I do things in that area. Please forgive me as Google changes and as I try to figure out what works best for everyone. It's just.
It's so
Windows 10,
complicated.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes my brain just go like that.
And also recently Windows 10 major update happened to my computer. It changed my computer system with
Oh
SCART.
my gosh, I hate that. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's convenient, but the changing kind of things are a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why they always think they have to fix what isn't broken. Just fix things that are broken and leave what isn't broken and what's working for people and stop it. Jeez.
Yeah. Maybe they are too small, too smart. Maybe.
Too smart, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Okay. Yeah, so I will give that a shot. I will try to figure out the new way to set up Google Events. The only problem, of course, is that you still need to join the email list if you want the links, because I do not post them publicly. So I have had too many problems with trolls when students post the link publicly, or when I do, we get a lot of trolls. So email list is still the way to receive join links, but for notifying you about times, I will try to find a way to do the Google events. I like the way for a regular Hangout, people have in the Google event, it has a join Hangout button. I wish they would keep that for Hangouts on Air, but whatever. We will see. It will work out. Not killing anyone, right?
Yeah, we could succeed to on the glass and glass. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that is my New Year's resolution, to figure out the perfect way to make the public classes happen. Maybe we should switch to Skype. I don't know, but
Sure.
oh brother. Okay. All right, let's get started with the actual topic before we just go crazy. So I chose New Year's resolutions for November. It's a little weird, but I thought that because if we save it for January, then maybe people will be on vacation, and then in December, I forget why I didn't do it in December. December, I want to have a topic that's maybe a little more fun, less serious, because my favorite holiday comes in December. Christmas is my favorite holiday. So, and I think the most popular holiday in my country. So I want to choose maybe a fun topic for December. So New Year's resolutions. First question. I know the answer for Russia, so I'm going to start with Japan. In Japan, is it traditional, is it common to have New Year's resolutions?
I'm not sure whether it is traditional or not, but the New Year's Day is a biggest event here, and it's very common, popular to say something about the hope of the New Year, or also common for breaking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Spain?
I think it's the same. Many people try to make this bucket list at the beginning of the year, but 2 months later, the list is broken once again, and nobody got what their goals, and try to do another. I think it's a kind of vicious circle, always
Vicious
trying
cycle, yeah, definitely.
always trying to get the same goals. People try to set in the list. I need to learn English for New Year's. Every year, the same way.
Maybe it would be better if you say, I want to increase level, or my New Year's resolution is to master all English conditionals, for example. Make it very specific. But yeah, I understand. Learn English. It's a big goal, and it takes more than 1 year. But you can do it. I believe in you. So. And to clarify, a bucket list is actually a list of things that you want to do before you kick the bucket, which means you want to, before you die.
Before you die.
So I was joking with Ken that his bucket list is complete. He has now done the thing that he wants to do before he dies. See Ringo Starr.
Yeah, the three Beatles, three remain Beatles, George, Paul, Ringo. So I completed that list.
Okay, Okay. And for Russia, Mr. Anatoly is waiting patiently. So, is it common traditional for Russians to set New Year's resolutions?
Yes, it is very common, and we need to think about our wishes. And the best way to have only one wish during the time when a new year uh, begins,
Mm-hmm.
exactly in that time.
Very interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to answer for the US since there is no one else from the US in the room. Um, for the US, it's the same. New Year's for us isn't as big as Christmas, but it's very big. And New Year's resolutions are very common. Also, breaking them is very common. So some people suggest setting New Year's goals, measurable goals like mastering all three English conditionals, for example, because you can measure that and it's a specific target. But in the schools, often they ask kids to write about their New Year's resolutions before they go on winter break, or right after they come back from winter break. So you learn about New Year's resolutions early in school. And if you are like I was, then you think, why? What was this for? What's this for? What's the purpose? Um, I understand now, of course, that I'm older, but it's crazy. So, in schools in Japan, do students have to set New Year's resolutions for and write about it for their teachers?
I forgot.
Mm.
Because the New Year's holiday was the longest, the biggest event here. So maybe school starts 7th of January or later. So it's not the New Year's mode anymore when the school started. So maybe I didn't do that in the school, probably.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm. And in Spain, do the students have to do this? Do you remember?
I forget too, but 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 I think it's not used to do that kind of thing at school.
Uh-huh.
We have two holidays, important holidays here, cause Christian, Catholic, and we have the 25 of they student as a school has to make to Santa Claus, and also in the 6th of January they
Oh,
make
yeah.
a lot of wishes to the kings of Belen, and that's all. Only wishes, and it's related to iPad, iPod, mobile phones,
Right, right, right.
PlayStations, and nothing else. But I think it could be a very good idea to try to remind what you want to achieve in the next year. Use,
Hmm.
yeah.
I see. See, in the US, it's an essay topic very often, or a short paper topic. What about Russia?
Mm, I think most of the people, maybe not most, I don't know how many, they have a superstition. If we reveal our New Year resolution, it wouldn't become true.
Ah, they won't come true. I see. I see. So
Yes.
that means today you will not be telling us your New Year's resolutions,
No,
correct?
no, because we are not talking about it seriously. We just preparing it.
Yeah, okay. Um, All right. So the next actual topic was going to be to talk about New Year's resolutions. If you have thought about them already, some people think about them early and some people wait until like New Year's Eve. Um, so, Mr. Akaka, have you got any resolutions or hopes for 2017?
World peace. I always wish world peace. Not maybe it could be a resolution, but maybe I cannot do that by myself, but at least I can support for the peace, peace to
Mm-hmm.
create peaceful world for all humans, or all humans are equal type kind of world. That's my regular hope for the new year every year.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing I have every year I wish my English will be developed more, but I don't know. Yeah, yeah, it can be, it could be finished or not in a year or so.
Consistency, my
Right,
friend.
exactly.
Consistency.
It's a life work, here.
Yes, yes. My English is still improving. I mean, actually, I would say that it has improved since I started teaching because I pay more attention to how I create my sentences and how I use my language than I used to. So don't feel stupid or upset if that continues to be a goal because some native speakers also have sort of maybe for me it's not as big a goal, but it's there.
I see.
My bigger goal is to improve my teaching, so um, improve how I explain English. So there it is.
Yeah.
But I will give more detail when it's my turn because it's not my turn yet. It's Rafa's turn.
Well, one of my New Year's wishes is to improve my level of English too, in pronunciation, in grammar, structure is one of the most important for me right now, and also improve how I play tennis because I am trying to play almost every day, and I am very focused in play tennis. Not, but it's one important hobby for me, and I want and and perhaps to be more relaxed, more wiser in my life, to be wiser, to be relaxed in my life, don't be in a rush
Uh-huh.
as much as I did, to be quiet, to be more quiet, more tranquil.
More
Another goal,
tranquil, more calm,
more calm.
less
That's right.
stressed.
Less stressed. That's right.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways you could say that. I was just giving you some ideas. Um, so I'm going to say welcome to Piotr. This is a new student. This is your first time in public class, so welcome.
Thanks, Holly.
You're welcome. So I'm going to let Anatoly answer the question, and then you can answer the question. The basic subtopic or small topic that we're talking about right now is if we have any wishes or resolutions for the new year. And I think maybe Anatoly is not going to answer because if he answers, then in his
No,
country, the
no.
tradition.
I am talking now about general ideas for this, and I think for me the most important things which I always make as a New Year resolutions are be healthy for myself, for my family and members of my family, and absence of problem on my job, problems on my job, and something very basis
Basic.
for basic, yes, for the life in general.
Okay, Piotr, what about you? Have you thought about your hopes and resolutions, desires for 2017?
No, I haven't done that because it's a little bit early. But
Yeah,
yes,
it is a little early. I'm reserving December for a more fun, lighthearted topic because it will be the season for that. So that's why it's early. And so, Piotr, your answer is, I'm just trying to get through 2016.
excellent for your planning. So usually I have some decision. Actually, I always have some decision around the new year, and I always feel that as new beginning. And I always want to be more productive, more healthy, more happy, and also I want to say things for my family. So not something special, not something particular. Actually, is it not good word particular? I forgot what I want to say. Never mind. So yeah. Usually in that time I decide to be, for example, to more training, physical activity, because during the year I'm a little bit lazy, and I feel every new year as new start for starting something. And yeah, sorry.
No, I just said So, in Serbia, is New Year's Day? Is it a big holiday in Serbia?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But we don't celebrate Christmas in the same time as
No, you don't
uh,
celebrate Christmas at the same
yeah,
time my country does. You're right.
yeah. So yes, New Year is a big event here.
hmm Okay, and Jafar is with us. Hello. Uh-oh, I think he's having connection problems again. Are you muted? Let me see. No, you're not. Oh, there he goes. Okay. When he comes back, he can join us if he comes back. So for myself, I'm going to answer the question now. I have never been in the habit of setting New Year's resolutions or goals, goal setting, things like that. It's not my strength, but it's something I need to start. So I guess my first goal is to become a better goal setter. um, but I think if I decide to set goals for 2017, they will be related to health, um, to like health. I would like to be healthier. I'm pretty healthy now, but I would like to improve that. And I would like to see Holly Tree English grow in some different ways. So we shall see. I have some thoughts about that. Um, and my spiritual journey as well. I would like to grow in that. I don't have a specific goal for the spiritual journey, just want to be more what? Just want to grow in that area. And yeah, just those are the three main areas, I guess. And maybe socially to take a little more time to spend with friends. I work a lot, so. Jafar is back. Hello. And we have no answer from Jafar. Hello? Serious internet problems, I think. Oops. Okay. So the next thing then, because we have covered all of the questions very quickly, so I'm curious to know if, since everyone seems to think of New Year's as a big day, what do you do on New Year's? How do you celebrate it? So we'll go back to Akaken. How do you celebrate New Year's?
Yes, when I was younger, I like going to the club, in the club. So on the New Year's Day, during New Year's season and countdown event, for New Year's Eve, I I went to some countdown event show. But big traffic jam happened. So one time we just reached the venue, maybe 20 seconds before the New Year. So that after we reached the venue, I started countdown. Anyway, and on New Year's Day, many people here go to shrine, which is stand for Japanese native religion for wishing the New Year good luck of the year kind of thing. Also, it's a kind of very festive kind of feeling around the shrine at that time. But now I don't like being in the crowd, so usually I stay in home. I just take some regular thing, talking on Skype or maybe taking a class or watching the New Year's special show on TV, also kind of ordinary broadcasting show. That's my show nowadays. Yeah.
Very interesting. And Mr. Rafa, how do you celebrate?
In the same way, Akaka said, when I was younger, also we went with hanging out with friends at the club or at the disco. But nowadays, I prefer stay at home, visiting my mother, having a special dinner in night, and also watching a TV show, and it's the same. But we have also of superstitious, as Anatoly said before, another superstition in this moment of the year, in the night of, and trying to, we have of grapes when the sound of the bells is ringing at midnight. And if you do kind of thing, having the grapes, you'll have good luck in the next year. And I always do this kind of superstition, for instance.
Very interesting. Anatoly.
We meet in New Year always together with the family. We grab our children and move to the house of my parents, and we meet it together. And after midnight becomes, after that, last New Year, my children decided to meet. It is like an additional New Year, the second part of night with their friends, and it is traditional for us to celebrate together. I think it is very important, and when we become older, I hope this tradition will be continued by our children. And next day for relaxing, because we need to sleep after night. And next days we sometimes we chose visiting theater, sometimes visiting a cinema. We have a very long holiday day offs after New Year here in Russia, and we need to plan it, and that's all. Thank you.
Okay, and Piotr.
Okay, it's same with me. When I was young, I prefer more crazy party. More crazy, it's better. It was better. But now we try to make good party for our son because he's a central place. That's the center person in our family, and everyone try to make him a good time. And usually, someone of us pretend to be Santa Claus and give him gifts, and so that is what we do.
Yeah, I know that in Russia and some of the countries that gifts are given on New Year. So now for the US. So I'm going to be what we call in English the odd one out. It means the different one. I'm going to write that one out. The odd one out means the one who is different. Because I have never been a partier. So I haven't had, and I don't have the habit of going to the clubs. I don't like large crowds or loud noises. So going to parties where they make a lot of noise is just, it's not my thing. So my church sometimes has a gathering and they cheer the new year, ring. We have a phrase in English, ring in the new year, refers to bells. They ring in the new year, and I usually choose not to go because it gets loud. And it's hard to explain. Hello, Jafar. Loud noises are almost painful physically for me. So, Jafar, hello? I hear your baby, but I don't hear you. I hear someone's baby.
Hi. Do you hear me, Mr. Holly?
Hi. Yes, now I hear you.
Yes.
Hi.
Thank you. How are you too?
I'm fine.
Sorry, as always, I have bad connection.
Yeah, we
I
have
can't because I have bad connection as always.
we have been talking about New Year's and how we celebrate New Year. So I will continue my answer. Usually, what often happens in my family is that we get together with my brother's family, his wife and children, and we just maybe watch movies, maybe we have a special meal, some cookies, not a very big meal. Christmas is our big meal. And we just quietly celebrate, or maybe we celebrate with friends. Very often we have celebrated on New Year's Eve with a few friends, so it hasn't been very loud. Or maybe it's a little bit loud. Jafar, when is New Year in Iraq? It's not in January, correct?
What?
When is New Year in Iraq?
I can't understand you. Hear you clearly. Mr. Holly.
Okay, there's nothing I can do about that. Maybe you can try to join one more time. I cannot fix the connection. Okay. When is New Year? In Iraq? Maybe he can't see the Google chat. Okay, we have to move on. Everyone is patiently waiting. Thank you. So, are the traditions? I'm very curious about different traditions around this holiday. So in Russia, I'm guessing you give gifts on New Year's. Yes.
Yes, yes, it is also tradition.
Mm-hmm. Are there usually a lot of gifts? Is it only for the kids?
For everyone.
Mm-hmm. So a little bit like our Christmas then.
Yes, it has a reason because during the Soviet Union time, religious wasn't endorsed by government, and near Christmas we have day New Year, and all traditions which were just for Christmas moved to for this day, for New Year.
Ah, they moved to New Year. Was it the same? I know Serbia was part of Yugoslavia, not the Soviet Union. So was it the same in Serbia?
Almost same, yeah. We also have a communist period where religion is not. I can say it's forbidden. It was forbidden, but it's not be. It was not be popular in that time to celebrate Christmas and religion holidays. So yeah, it is similar with Russia. We also move some tradition from Christmas to New Year, like give a gift for kids and everyone else. So I can say that is similar, very similar with Russia.
Very interesting. I didn't know about that this was the reason why you give gifts on New Year instead of Christmas. Very interesting. Japan, what about Japan and Spain?
No, yeah. In Japan, present gift for kids only, usually. Money gift, New Year money gift is very common. So it's a happy time for kids, a happy time for adults. Because
I see, only for
yeah,
kids. So
if you have
Ken
a
wants
lot
to
of
be a kid
relatives,
again.
yeah, not only the siblings, also the relatives' kids too. So that's a
Oh,
kind
I
of
see.
cluster. So if you visit a lot of relatives' home, maybe with a lot of kids, you prepared a lot of money for them actually.
Oh, so you usually do you usually give gifts of money or do you actually purchase
Money.
items?
No, purchased item is not popular, not common, and money gift. I think it's also same as South Korea or China because Chinese students, Korean students said so before. I remember that. Maybe custom in Far East, I guess.
Hmm. Very interesting. Here, we usually, yeah, we don't give gifts on New Year at all. Maybe like a little horn for the kids to blow or a bell to ring or something, but that's about it. What about Spain?
The most important celebration here for gifts to kids is the 5th of January. It's related to the three kings when they went to Bethlehem to Jesus Christ, to see Jesus Christ. And this night, the 5th of January, all the kids are trying to sleep in order to be so nervous what is going to happen with the kings and with their but nowadays it's changing a little bit because in the 7th of January the kids began to go to the school and they only have 2 days to enjoy the present, and it's changing to the 25th of November with Santa Claus more than this celebration or more America, more like in America, is changing this costume to the 25th of November.
Hmm. That is very interesting. So, I didn't know that you had a tradition surrounding the journey of the wise men, but that's very cool. Um, yeah, here the gift giving is always on Christmas, and the kids, yeah, Christmas Eve, it's very difficult to get the kids to go to sleep. And my brother, it's so funny. I know the subject is New Year's, but this is just funny. My brother is usually the one who wants to get up the earliest. I say usually or often at least, he's the one that wants to get up the earliest. And my sister-in-law and all the kids are not morning people. So he has to make them get up sometimes. And me, I can be a morning person or a night person, so it doesn't matter. And I sometimes like to wake up early on Christmas, but my brother is like, come on, let's go. It's so funny. And it's funny because he's an adult and you would expect that the children would be this way. But yeah, very interesting things. All right, so this topic is less, I guess, less deep or less involved than I thought. So I want to, instead of taking turns now, let's make it a little more like a real conversation and just maybe have different people say, do you think it's important to set goals or resolutions, whatever you want to call them, every year and try to use this time to think about how you will go forward in life and why. So who wants to answer that first?
I would like to make a link between New Year resolution and studying foreign language.
All right, go for it.
Because motivation is the most important thing. I think more important than, for example, possibilities and memories, features of memory. How capable person to study English. The most important, I think, it is motivation. If the person has motivation, he will succeed what he wants. And a New Year resolution is also, I think, important because in that time people could make goals, think about goals, and without goals, the life seems not so exciting. And especially if it is difficult to achieve. And I think it is part of that deal, making New Year resolution. Thank you.
Anyone else? Come on, guys. I know you all like to talk.
I can say something. So for me, it is one kind of hope. You believe that the new year will bring something good, something better than old. So yeah, that is the reason why I think it is important to have some wishes and some goals, some resolution, whatever you call that. So that is what I can say about that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a we call in English a do-over or a start over, maybe. Things are starting new, a little bit like in the US, we often think of spring as a symbol of starting things new and starting things over, but the new year can also be that way.
Yeah, I think that is better expression than mine.
No, you did
Also,
fine. It's all right. I'm just adding my 2 cents.
also, I agree with we are saying. I think motivation could be one of the most important things in the whole life. You need to have motivation, even though there are a lot of problems surrounding you, even though you don't get. But you need to be motivated the whole life, because if not, you have depression or something like that. And to make this kind of goals every year, I think is a good point. At least in my life, I try to do these kind of objectives, goals, in order to achieve it and grow myself. But one important thing I learned today is to do these goals measurable, as you said before, because it's different to learn to have this kind of objective. The goal, learn English, is so big that it's better try to get in peace, to divide in peace, to do measurable goals better in order to achieve it. That's one good point.
Yeah, yeah. And in language learning, I will just add, sometimes it's difficult to have measurable goals, because if you say, oh, I want to master prepositions, well, that's measurable, but we have a lot of prepositions. So maybe list 2 prepositions that just absolutely drive you crazy that you really want to master, and think about those. So let's say, for example, You want to master in, on, and at. Those are 3 prepositions. So in the first 4 months, you can try to master the preposition in. I know that's slow, but it's prepositions in English are very interesting. You basically have an average of 4 months per preposition to work on them and really work on that goal. You can add, if you don't want to take 4 months for each one, you can add a 4th. You can add of. Of is, I think, even more complicated than in, but you can do it that way. You want to master all 3 conditionals. So you have, so actually, no, there are 4 because there's 0 conditionals. So you will have 3 months per conditional to really work on it in different ways and master it. That's just an idea. That's not the way you have to do it, okay? It's not a homework assignment from teacher.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Akaken has been silent. Speak up.
Oh yeah, yes, I think the same here. Maybe New Year's is thought about the start of the new life or a new something, because spring is approaching, and especially in the past, New Year's Day celebrated in accordance with lunar calendar. That means late January or early February. So after that season, I sometimes feel the kind of, I can say, feeling of spring a little bit. It's cold, but yeah. Anyway, also I'm not a person of setting goal all the time or all the things, but I realize if I do achieve something really, setting goal is better than nothing, better than no goals. Because, for example, I don't like studying grammar, but when I have to take a TOEFL, TOEFL correction requires grammatical skill. So I practice grammar drills a lot. So so maybe sometimes such kind goal improved our skills or our knowledge, whatever.
Yeah, and it's funny you talk about grammar and hating grammar, because I have realized
Not
that
anything about now, but
not okay, hating, that's too strong a word, that's true. But you talk about you don't like it, and I hear that from a lot of people. So one of the things that I think is going to be one of my New Year's resolutions is, or goals, is finding ways to make grammar less boring, less like, oh my gosh, I have to, because I don't think it has to be boring. And I think there are ways to even make it a little simpler than it is, like prepositions, for example. I've realized that you can connect prepositions to concepts. So ideas, because that's all a preposition is. It's an idea of how one noun connects to another. So
also I realized, after I started learning about grammar, sometimes it's interesting because I can know the more correct English structure. Without that, maybe my English is still very broken. Yeah, I'm not sure now. I'm not broken or not, but anyway, yeah. Grammar is a one shortcut for mastering correct English. Yeah, for adult people, I believe.
Does anyone else have a goal of mastering English grammar? I know Rafa does a little bit.
But I totally agree with Akaka, because grammar is so difficult to manage, and you need to learn grammar instead of English. You need to know what is an indirect object, what is a preposition of an adverb of time. This one are easy things, but there are many teachers that explain a lot of grammar, and it's so incredible. You need to get the whole idea about grammar and don't have time to talk. I think the way to learn English is, of course, knowing the basic grammar, but more than this, try to talk as much as you can at the classes, because when you are learning with non-native, grammar is the thing on the world more than talking English. And of this, when you are talking with a native, I think because you talk more than learn grammar. Is my point.
Okay, good point. And I'm sorry if anyone else has anything to add, but I actually need to meet with a private student right now. And so I have to stop this broadcast and say goodbye. I want to thank you all for joining me and apologize to Jafar if he watches this, that the connection was so bad. Nothing I can do about it, but I'm sorry you could not join us. And I will see you guys next time.
Thank